Hi, my name is Musically. I'm a multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, singer, producer, and I have created my first sound pack. It is a rather large sound pack. It has 191 different one-shots and loops with stems and whatnot. We're going to go ahead and make a beat with that pack today and get to know the pack a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so there's a loop in here that I have found that I'm going to go ahead and start with. This is one of the piano loops out of the pack. There are quite a few piano loops in here. This is just one of them. It is a piano loop in A minor at 130 beats per minute. We're going to just listen to the loop now. So as you can see, the loop is rather sad and, kind of, it sounds slow, but it's actually not because it's in 130 BPM. So I'm going to go ahead and just drag that into one of my audio tracks now. And we'll just leave it as is for now. Now I want to do something like maybe a trap type beat or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and go up here and go to my hi-hat loops, which I have one of them that I know that has kind of that kind of feel. So we're going to go ahead and see how that feels with this. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this loop because I like this. We'll just warp it to the 130. All right, so now we need some kind of like bass drum and snare. So I'm going to go into my one shots now. And I have a few bass drums in here that I created. I know that I have this kick right here that I like. Let's hear what it sounds like with these. So I'm going to go ahead and just drag a couple of these into a drum rack and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've dropped a couple drum sounds into a drum rack here. I haven't really decided which kick I'm going to use for this beat yet. I got this kick and I got this kick. So we'll see which one actually fits the beat better. I also put my snare sound, one of my snare sounds in here. And then also a triplet that comes in the pack. That comes in the full pack. So that's like just a little triplet snare you can add. It adds a lot of flavor to beats. Not sure if I'm going to add that to this one or not. I have the rim here as well. Nice rim shot. I'm going to do a 2-bar loop on this with fixed length. So it's just going to go ahead and record 2 bars of my snare, my kick, however I do that. Okay. All right, so that just gives me a little drum groove to start with. Now I'm going to go through my pack and find some 808s. I'll find one that goes with this beat and I'll be back. So I have grabbed my Bankin' Fatty Bag 808 and thrown it into a sampler here. And now I am in A minor, so I'm going to go ahead and just throw a little bass line in A minor on here. I have tuned all of my 808s to C so that they're easier to work with. That way you can just throw them in a simpler sampler or whatever you have like that, and you can tune them from there. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just play a little bass line, a couple bars real quick to go along with this. I think 2 bars is right, but I think actually, no, never mind. Let's do, it's going to have to be, I believe, 4 bars. All right. So we're going to go ahead and record 4 bars, see what we get. Nope.
3 hours later.
All right, so I have an 808. I have the original sample. And I have drums. And I have a hi-hat. It's basically a little beat here. So let's go ahead and lay it out. Okay, so I've done some arrangements in this view of my DAW, and I've also done just a slight bit of automation just to bring the hi-hats in a little bit slower so they don't just slam you in the face. So what I got so far, I wanted to come in with the piano first. All right, so what I did was I just dragged these out so that the downbeat on this bar 9 can just really come in well. It's not actually on the 1 of the 9, but it kind of sounds like it is. That's when the whole beat drops in. Okay, and now I feel like it needs a counter melody other than just the piano. So I want to keep the beat simple, but I do want to add something else. So I'm going to go through my guitar samples and I'm going to look for a guitar lead to throw on top of this. Okay, so I've driven the lead in here that actually was in B minor, but that's okay. I just pitched it to A minor and went ahead and warped it to the right tempo. So I don't think I'm going to leave the whole lead as is. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go through here and choose which parts of the lead I want to keep. So I like that first part right there. I think I'm going to keep that up to here. Go ahead and just divide that. Okay, now. Yeah, so that's a little bit about the pack, what the pack can do. And some of it's stuff that you can use, just a little beat real quick, so you can see some ways that the pack can be used. Of course, you can always use it in your own ways. There's a ton of sounds in here. That's me flipping a loop for you guys and making a beat from the pack, and I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe for more content like this, and be sure and check out my BeatStars for the pack, and stay tuned for more content coming soon.